Have you ever been blindsided by someone you trusted the most? Picture this. You're standing there, holding the weight of every conversation, every plan, every little moment you thought meant something, and suddenly, it all feels like a lie. You've poured your time, your energy, and your heart into building something real with another person, only to discover that behind your back, they were tearing it all apart. The betrayal doesn't come gently. It smashes into you like a freight train, taking the air out of your lungs, making you question everything you thought you knew about love, loyalty, and trust. I know that feeling. I've lived it. And I want to share with you a story about a good friend of mine, Mark. Mark wasn't just casually dating someone, he believed he had met his soulmate. They planned holidays together, talked late into the night about their dreams, joked about the names of their future kids, even discussed how they would decorate the nursery one day. It felt like the foundation for something lasting. And then, just like that, it shattered. Mark found out she had been seeing someone else for months. His mind spiraled. Was it something he did wrong? Was he not enough? The first thing that rose up inside him was rage. He wanted to confront her, demand answers, make her feel even a fraction of what he was feeling. But then he stopped himself. What if the most powerful response wasn't anger? What if it was silence? Not to play games, but to protect himself. This isn't about revenge. It's about self-respect. Sometimes the loudest message you can send is saying absolutely nothing. Silence isn't weakness. It's refusing to hand your power to someone who doesn't deserve it. That's the beginning of real healing. Silence feels unnatural when someone betrays you. It goes against every instinct you have. You want to shout, you want to confront, you want to make them see how deeply they've hurt you. It feels like if you don't speak, they'll never understand the damage they've done. But that's the trap. Speaking in those moments feels powerful, but it's actually giving your power away. The moment you start arguing, pleading, or demanding explanations, you've already lost the upper hand. You're showing them they still control your emotions, that they still have influence over your peace of mind, and that's exactly what they want. They want you reactive, emotional, broken. But when you choose silence, everything shifts. Silence isn't passive, it's active restraint. It tells the other person, I don't need you to validate my pain. I don't need your explanation. I already know who you are now, and that's enough. That's the position of strength, and it confuses them. Betrayers expect chaos. They expect yelling, tears, emotional breakdowns. Silence? That's unsettling. Mark saw this firsthand. After he found out about the betrayal, he said nothing. His ex sent text after text, demanding he talk to her, desperate to explain or justify herself. But with each unanswered message, she spiraled deeper into her own guilt. That's the thing. Silence doesn't absolve them. It forces them to sit with their choices. It's like holding up a mirror and making them stare at what they've done with no way to deflect or shift the blame. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. When you master that, you stop giving people free access to your emotional world." Silence isn't weakness. It's discipline. It's dignity. It's how you stop bleeding and start healing. The reason they push so hard for a reaction is simple. Guilt doesn't like being alone. When someone betrays you, deep down, they know exactly what they've done. That weight sits on their chest like a stone, but instead of carrying it themselves, they try to hand some of it to you. They'll start arguments, pick fights, twist the story, anything to shift the blame or at least share it. If they can get you angry, emotional, or irrational, they feel justified. It's like saying, "See, you're crazy, you're difficult, this isn't all on me." That's how guilty people try to clean their conscience, by dragging you into their mess. But silence blocks that. It's like refusing to show up to a courtroom where they wanted to put you on trial. No defense, no argument, just them standing. They're alone with their guilt echoing in their own mind. That echo is loud. That's why they'll poke you, text you, call you, show up in your messages or DMs acting confused, acting like they deserve an explanation or a chance to fix things. But don't fall for it. Don't hand them that lifeline. Silence doesn't give them the relief of knowing what you're thinking, and that uncertainty eats at them far worse than any insult or argument you could give. Mark told me later that his silence wasn't just about control, it was about refusing to participate in a lie. Why would he engage with someone who had already shown him who they really were? Silence wasn't a punishment. It was self-respect. And when his ex admitted later that not knowing what he thought haunted her more than anything else, that's when it hit him. Silence isn't just a strategy, it's a statement of strength. Revenge is tempting, isn't it? When someone betrays you, there's a part of you that wants them to feel exactly what they made you feel. You want them to hurt, to regret, to suffer. But real revenge isn't about screaming at them or exposing them. It's about showing them that they no longer have any power over you. Silence is the cleanest form of revenge because it removes you from their world entirely. They don't get closure. They don't get explanations. They don't get to hear your pain or your anger. They just get the cold, undeniable truth that they don't deserve access to you anymore. And that stings more than any insult ever could. Picture this. Two athletes lose a game. One storms off the field, blaming teammates, arguing with referees, making a scene. The other keeps their head high, shakes hands, walks away focused on their next move. Who commands more respect? Always the one who moves with quiet confidence. That's the energy you bring when you choose silence. Mark didn't just stop talking to his ex, he started focusing entirely on himself. He hit the gym, picked up old hobbies, reconnected with real friends, and started leveling up his life in ways that had nothing to do with her. And when she finally did reach out months later, apologizing, explaining, begging, her words didn't matter anymore. By that point, Mark wasn't interested in closure from her because he'd already given that closure to himself. That's the most satisfying form of revenge, not proving them wrong, but proving to yourself that you were never dependent on them to begin with. Silence isn't avoiding conflict, it's choosing a better battle, and the best one is the one where you win by walking away stronger. Staying silent doesn't mean ignoring your emotions or pretending you're not hurt. It means giving yourself the space to heal on your own terms, without letting the person who betrayed you control the process. Pain needs to be processed, not buried. And that starts by asking yourself some hard questions. Were there signs you ignored? Did you settle for less than you deserved because you didn't want to be alone? Betrayal isn't just about what they did to you, it's also a lesson about how you can protect yourself moving forward. There's a quote from The Art of War that says, "Victorious warriors win first and then go to war." That's exactly how you should handle relationships after betrayal. Heal first. Understand your worth first. Become whole first. Then, if you choose to open yourself up to love again, you'll be doing it from a place of strength, not need. That's what Mark did. He didn't jump into the next relationship. He took months to really sit with what happened. He journaled. Every day, went to therapy, read books about attachment styles and emotional health. He didn't just want to move on, he wanted to grow. And when he finally did start dating again, he wasn't bitter or guarded. He was clear on what he wanted, what he deserved, and what he would never tolerate again. That's the real win, not just surviving betrayal, but using it as fuel to become the best version of yourself. When someone betrays you, they don't just take your trust, they try to take your sense of self, but only if you let them, by staying silent. You're not just withholding words, you're choosing yourself. You're reminding yourself that you don't need closure from someone else to heal. The closure is you standing up, silent, but stronger than ever.